Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Next Goal Wins, where today we're talking about the game that's just finished against Stoke. 3-0 was the final score to Leicester, and it was an imperious performance by the boys in blue. Just quickly, sorry for kind of the fogginess of this video, I'm not really sure why, hopefully that'll be sorted for the next video, but 3-0, what a victory. We played brilliantly today, back to winning ways and back to the football we're all used to seeing at the King Power Stadium. I thought, you know, from start to finish we bossed the game. Stoke, if you were a neutral, would never have looked like scoring. The only reason they look like scoring for us is because we almost expect it, but never had a shot on target in the first half. Second half didn't really get into the game, and we controlled it from start to finish. I thought we were excellent, and there were a few players who were exceptional. Say Conte was exceptional. Drinkwater, I thought, had a really good game. Okazaki played very well. Danny Simpson was brilliant from start to finish, played an awesome game, his best game in a Leicester shirt in my opinion, and to come on from where he's been last season to this season, he's come on leaps and bounds, so he's done unbelievably well in this game, and almost our defensive stability has in recent weeks taken over from our free-flowing goal scoring kind of attribute, but today we had both, and that is what can happen. We can be awesome when both click. So what happened in the game then? So the game started in the first kind of 20 minutes. Both teams were kind of feeling each other out. It was like the start of a boxing fight. No one wanted to make a mistake. They had a few kind of half chances. Shaqiri got a ball in towards Diouf at the far post. Simpson had a good kind of defensive header to just get it out of play, and his reading of the game was excellent in the whole game, and that was one of his finer moments. Away from that, we had kind of a few chances for ourselves. Okazaki had one turning in the box. Vardy might have been brought down behind him, but Okazaki on the turn blasted over, and a few from corners that kind of half chances. Mahrez had an overhead kick from about the centre spot of the box, the penalty spot, which might have gone in. Just went wide on that one, and it was unlucky. And towards the final 20 kind of minutes of a half, you were thinking, you know, we're in control now. It got to the 35th minute, you're thinking, we're even more in control now. And it got to the 40th minute, and you thought, you know, we need a goal really. Before half time, we need a goal to cement how well we've played in this first half, and to make it easier going into half time and into the second half, that we've got a goal behind us and something that we can push forward from and grow off. And it just so happened. Danny Drinkwater not scored in 50 league games. I talk about him not scoring goals. This one might not have been his goal, but I'm sure he's going to take it. From outside the box, our first goal outside the box this season. Ball forced to him on the edge of the box from a corner. He hits it on target. And that's all you need to do sometimes. Hit the ball on target, low and on target, and anything can happen. And this was proven by this. He hit it low and on target. A deflection, two deflections maybe even. Took it into the back of the net, and delirious scenes ensued from all the home supporters. 1-0 up. First goal in 3 games, something that we was really needed, a confidence builder. And after the poor results of Villa and Bournemouth at home especially, and the Villa one away where we threw away that lead, and Mahrez's penalties, it was good to see. We had a bit of confidence running back for us, and we were really good in that first half. But we got even better in the second half. So the players came out in the second half, and Mahrez had his swagger back today. Let's not shy away from that. Mahrez, in recent weeks, hasn't been at his best, nowhere near his best, but today looked like he had his swagger back, was doing brilliant things on the ball. For the third goal, which I'll talk about later, he did an incredible thing, but he looked like he wanted to run at players, commit players, and do things we've seen with Riyad Mahrez, we know, do before in this season. Jamie Vardy looked like he was back to full fitness, running hard, got his goal for this second goal. We go 2-0 up. A lovely ball over the top from Danny Drinkwater. Vardy's in behind, takes a lovely touch round the oncoming Jack Butland to his right, the goalkeeper's left, and then a cool finish to slot in from an angle into the goal. And you could see how much it meant to Vardy, wheeling away, smashing into the corner flag, kicking it away. It meant a lot to Vardy to get this goal, because after his mini drought, it's so good to get back on the score sheet, where I mean, he's become accustomed to being on the score sheet when he's scoring 11 games in a row. So for him, brilliant to be back there. Brilliant for the whole club for Vardy to get scoring again, because it takes the strain off the rest of the players, that if it's almost if Vardy doesn't score, we don't score. But now we've got other goals coming, and Vardy is back in the goals with this one. And when you go 2-0 up in games, it's the old cliche that, you know, 2-0's never a safe lead, but it feels a lot safer for a fan, believe me, than 1-0 does. And then the third goal, right near the end of the game, Riyad Mahrez shows his absolute unbelievable ability when he's on his day. A flip-flap in the box, through the legs of a Stoke defender, has a shot, deflects across goal to an awaiting Leonardo Ulloa, dives in, stretches out a leg, taps it in. It's 3-0. Brilliant scenes at the stadium's debut. The atmosphere was brilliant. Everyone was really into it. I mean, all the season ticket holders, along with me, who sit around me, we always talk about what happens in the games. It's great to see happy faces instead of sad ones, like after the Bournemouth one where we feel like it was 2 points dropped. These were easily 3 points gained. I mean, let's not take it away. Stoke are a good side. They came here and beat us last season. I said Nzonzi was the best player I saw at King Power last season, who obviously they sold in the summer to Sevilla in Spain. But they've still got Arnautovic. He didn't play today. That's one key thing for us. Bojan, he didn't play, was on the bench, but the players on the pitch should still have enough quality for Stoke fans to feel like they have a fighting chance in this game, but there wasn't a fighting chance. It was 3-0. We sent them back to Stoke with sad faces. Now, for my player ratings, what am I going to give? They'll be down in the description below, as always, but I'm going to give Schmeichel a 7. I'm going to give Danny Simpson a 9. I mean, I thought Simpson was brilliant today. I thought it was his best performance in a City shirt, like I said, and he was just imperious at the back, got nothing wrong, read the game brilliantly, so a 9 for Simpson, an excellent rating. Obviously, some high ratings when we win 3-0 are going to happen. Both centre-backs, Hoof and Morgan, 7. Didn't really put a foot wrong, did nothing wrong the whole game, but didn't make as much of an impact on me personally as Simpson, so 7 for them. Fuchs, I'm going to give an 8 to. Fuchs, I mean, our fullbacks, I think, are really underrated this season. Fuchs offers so much. He's so solid at the back, and I think Schlupp's going to have a real hard time getting his spot back there. I think he's going to have to come in back as a winger when he's fully fit, because Fuchs is doing an unbelievably good job at left back. Now, into midfield, Mark Albrighton I'm going to give a 7 to. Wasn't, again, a vintage Albrighton display, but his work rate, as every game, is undeniable. You can't question it. And again, it was the same in this. So, a 7 for Albrighton. On the left-hand side, or on the right-hand side, whenever they swap wings, it's Riyad Mahrez. Now, Mahrez I'm going to give an 8 to in this game, because he looked like he had his swagger back. He looked imperious. He looked like the player who we know Riyad Mahrez can be. Dangerous, runs at players, commits defenders, and embarrasses defenders, to be honest, like he did with that flip-flap nutmeg. Middle of the park now, Danny Drinkwater I'm going to give a 7 to. Thought Drinkwater was excellent. Obviously, he got that amazing assist for Vardy, got his goal, might not be his goal, but I thought he played very well today. And not a lot of people, I know Radio Leicester gave him their man of the match. Not my man of the match, but played very well, Drinkwater. My man of the match was the man next to him, N'Golo Conte, so close to a 10 out of 10, a 9 out of 10 for N'Golo. Flawless. I mean, if any fans don't think he should be player of the season, it's beggar's belief to me, because he's so vital and so important, and I could do an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour long video on how much I admire that man, on how much he is what I want to see as a fan in that middle of that park, winning every challenge, puts his foot in, loves the club, loves everything he does. He's brilliant for me, and N'Golo Conte again was brilliant in this game. Away from that, the strikers, Okazaki I thought is really finding his form now. The last few games I've been saying he's found his form, but this one especially, he looked good, held the ball up well, made the right decisions on when to just knock it off, when to take the ball down and move forward. So it's an 8 for Okazaki for me, obviously didn't get a goal, and it's an 8 for the other striker. James Vardy is back, he scored a goal, gets the goal that all the fans wanted to see, that he wanted so much. You could see it meant a lot to him. You could see it meant a lot to the team. They obviously have confidence in him. Drinkwater in his press conference after the game said they never thought it would stop, but brilliant for the fans to see Vardy get back on the score sheet at home in front of the King Power Stadium, and they're sold out, 32,000. It's great for Vardy. Off the bench, I thought Ulloa did alright. A lot of people giving Ulloa a lot of criticism. Me, one of those people. I don't think Ulloa really should be our third striker. If we bring someone in, I think he'll drop down to a fourth striker, but came on in this game, did alright. It's a 7 for Ulloa, was admirable, held the ball up pretty well. Demarai Gray can't get a rating, just came on for the final 5 minutes, but you know, Gray hopefully will get more game time in the future with us, but I still think Gray is a really talented player. For Stoke, their man of the match is going to be a real tough one to give. In fact, I can't honestly think of anyone who really stuck out to give a man of the match to for Stoke. No one, in my eyes, played really well or made a real impact on me. Maybe Jonathan Walters had kind of a lot of the ball but didn't really do much with it. It's very tough to give a man of the match to Stoke. They didn't really have a key player in this performance, hence why they got beaten 3-0, and I think Stoke fans would agree it wasn't a vintage Stoke performance either, especially now people call them Stoke Alona. They might have had their minds on midweek. We certainly didn't. We're not in any cup competitions. We've got 15 games to go now. They may be like cup finals. We need to win a few of them if we want to get Champions League football, which really is a possibility now. The next 3 games are crucial for us. We're on 47 points as it stands. Our next 3 games, we've got Liverpool at home. If we beat Liverpool, we've seen today they can concede 4 against Norwich and score 5. Our defence is better than Norwich and our attack is better than Norwich. So anything could happen in that one. Hopefully we'll get the win there, move to 50 points. And then the 2 massive ones, Arsenal and Man City away. Now, if we're on 50 points after the Liverpool game, they're massive title deciding games. To play Arsenal away, to play City away, if we get something out of those games, then we really have to be considered as title challengers by everyone, not just the select few in the media and the select few of our fans. Everyone will. They're 2 massive games, but it's great to get back after this little blip we've had. If that's the blip we have this season, it'll be brilliant because we've still stayed in touch after the blip. Every team has a blip, but what you don't want to do is, if you're not going to win games, don't lose games. We didn't do that in this period. We drew a lot of games. We've won again today. Back on the saddle. Vardy's back in the goals. Mahrez's swagger's back. Everything is coming up Millhouse for Leicester City Football Club. Now, let's just hope we can go on and maybe challenge for the title. But certainly, in my eyes now, European football should be a really realistic target. So bring on Liverpool. There will be a preview this week, midweek, talking about the game. That is all from me. See you in the next one. Come on, you foxes.